NFL Draft Bible on location.
Pat is in Tampa rehabbing with our trainers as we speak, and of course we've got Connor Mark as well on our roster. So yeah, that's one of all. We're right in the middle of analyzing all of it right now. That's what we're spending our time on. So expect to have a healthy competition. Well, I saw those guys every day in practice, so it's not like I never looked at it before. But you know, we had two players in the Pro Bowl, so with Levante David and Gerald McCoy, two guys in the Pro Bowl, and of course Quan Alexander, the outstanding rookie linebacker that we had, middle linebacker. Those would be the guys that we build around.
Stylistically, do you see yourself doing anything differently on defense?
Stylistically,
Your teacher.
yeah, we'll be different. Some. I mean, as you know, we hired Mike Smith as our defensive coordinator, and Smitty and I have a long history together, both at Jacksonville and Atlanta, and we put together a terrific defensive staff. I think we will be a multiple team on defense. I think that's one of the toughest things for an offense to go against. So that's what we're trying to do on defense. Yeah, I think that's real important. Maybe the number one thing that, from a coaching standpoint, that we get out of the combine is a chance to talk to the players one-on-one. I think that's real important. Jamies is a great example of that. I mean, we weren't the only team that was doing our homework on Jamies, and you know, it's great to get those guys not only at the train station with the coaches one-on-one, but in the formal interviews with all the people from your club in there. So I think it's real important. Jamies did do a great job. I wouldn't say just convinced here. I mean, Jason Light and his guys did a lot of work on Jamies. That was a long process, but the combine was definitely part of that. Well, I'm older, hopefully wiser, older and wiser, and then, you know, experience in the NFL. I think experience in anything is the best teacher. So hopefully I learned from the mistakes I made when I was a college head coach. But this is a different deal. I mean, football is still football, but you know, I think the last 9 years as an assistant in the NFL, I don't know. That would be for somebody else to judge that. But I'm not sure. That's a great question. Yeah, I'm not sure, but the fact that what Russell Wilson and Cam have done getting to the Super Bowl, you know, the spread offense has changed college football so much. I don't know. That's a hard question. I don't know that. I think just the guys that can get you in the end zone is the bottom line. I don't really look at it like that. I mean, we always just look at it. We're more of a pocket team in Tampa, but I'm not sure. I think it just doesn't seem like people think of the quarterback as a guy that can run around and burst. Thinking that definition maybe is shifting, but those guys think they can do a little bit more. Yeah, I'd say that, but I mean, mobility comes in all shapes and sizes. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger is one of the toughest guys to sack in the NFL, and I don't think people would put him necessarily in that category. But that's why I said it just goes back to guys that can get it done. And I think Jamies is a good example of a guy that maybe people don't think of as a mobile quarterback, but yet some of the plays he makes, it shows up, and his mobility does show up.
Dirk, how hard is it to keep a secret in the league, being who you're going to draft, or the wrinkle you're putting in your playbook now, or the wrinkle you're putting in your script, and so on?
I think it's impossible to keep a secret. I think it's rough. I mean, look at what we have here. Look at the following, and we got a great game in the interest of the fans. Everybody's interested. That's what makes the NFL great. I think it's real tough to keep secrets.
Okay, Coach, you got a line.
Yeah, I do have a long history with Marvin, and I think he's a terrific coach and even a better person. So Marvin is one of the several guys I hope to get some time with over the next few days. I got a list of questions for him, but it's a secret. I can't. Marvin's strength, in my opinion, first of all, just a great football guy. Number two, how well he deals with people, how steady he is on a daily basis. That's how I look at it.
You're evaluating our quarterback. Koetter, how tough is it to look at somebody who's lower level position?
To find lower level.
Double A, Division II.
And I don't think it's that tough. I don't think it's that tough. I mean, you know, the same skill set is there, and you know, there's some great examples of that. There's a couple guys here. I just came up through the weigh-ins, and you know, the kid that went from Eastern Washington to Oregon, Vernon Adams, and you know, there's some guys that they're just good football players at any level. I think that'll show itself over time.
How's he doing? What's your evaluation?
Yeah, well, Austin, unfortunately, in both of his years in the league so far, he's just had a hard time staying healthy. I think Austin is an extremely talented player. There's not very many tight ends coming into the NFL anymore that are prototypical tight ends, guys that can do everything. They can block, they can catch, they can they can play half wide receiver, half offensive tackle. I think Austin is one of those guys, can be one of those guys. But number one thing he's got to do is stay healthy. Yeah, Charles had a nice year for us, and we think the world of Charles. You know, the role that he played last year was more of a complimentary role, and he did a great job in that role. Charles is a guy that can do a lot of good things, not only if you hand it to him, but if you throw it to him. And you know, when Charles was drafted at Tampa, I know that the feeling was that he could be an every down back if need be, and you know, we'll see how that plays out. Well, you'll have to ask him that. You'll get a chance to ask him that later, but yeah, hopefully we can get that done.
NFL Draft Bible on location.